Hello and welcome on this session about MongoDB and OVHcloud and how you can build modern and sovereign data application on top of a cloud provider. I'm Alexi. I'm the IT Director of Database and Big Data at OVHcloud, and today I'll be helped by Horacio Gonzalez, our lead DevRel, who will introduce you the technical parts of this setup. Years-old company, which was founded in France, and today we offer a wide range of solutions, of cloud solutions, from infrastructure to hosted private cloud. And we are present all around the world, in North America, in APAC, and of course in Europe. We have more than 1.5 million customers today in more than 100 countries. We have produced more than 1 million servers since 1999, and we are investing a lot in our research and development. In a world governed by the American and Chinese cloud provider, we are the European alternative. Why are we an alternative? Mainly because as European we care about our customer data privacy, meaning we care a lot about who is accessing our customer data, who is able to do it, when it is possible to do it, and also how our customer can manage the access to their data and where the data is actually stored. It's quite a good strategy looking at the Magic Quadrant from Gartner, because today OVHcloud is on the top 8 worldwide public cloud provider. And we are also a leader in the hosted private cloud. As I said, we offer a wide range of solutions. Those solutions are sorted in 4 major universes. In the web universe, you have the traditional web solutions, but also the new PaaS solutions, which is built mainly with Platform SH. In the bare metal cloud, which was our first major offer, you can find the best of the new technology, like the new AMD processors, and it's basically a service where you rent your infrastructure, your dedicated infrastructure, but in the cloud, where we manage it for you. The hosted private cloud is basically an extension of your on-premise solution, but in the cloud. That means that you have all the advantages of the cloud, but which interests us a lot today is the public cloud, which is the easiest way to build your information system on top of an infrastructure that we manage for you. You would find the compute instances, the storage like object storage or block storage, all the networking solutions that you would need. We also provide Kubernetes as a service and a lot of other solutions that we're building for you so that you gain a lot of time setting up your new infrastructure. One key element there is that we have a common private network that is linking the bare metal hosted private and public cloud. That means that you can have bare metal servers linked to your public cloud instances and your hosted private cloud instances, and granting that your data is not going on the public network, because that private network is a real physical private network, not only a logical one. On top of that, we also provide anti-DDoS systems, meaning that your business is always protected. So what about OVHcloud and MongoDB? As I said previously, the target here is to build the best solution for our customers. In the document-based database, MongoDB is not only a huge actor, it's like the best actor, and we wanted the best one to build our solutions on top of our infrastructure. So by partnering with MongoDB, we built today a real high-end, next slides. On the OVHcloud customer point of view, we wanted to have a fully integrated experience on top of our infrastructure. So from the customer point of view, we will have a unified entry, a database service, a database as a service range, in which you will have the possibility to choose MongoDB. For now, it's already available on top of OVHcloud. And in the coming month, we hope in October, you will have also MySQL, PostgreSQL, Redis, Kafka, and so on. The goal here is to have a unified product, just like you would have in any other cloud provider, in which you are able to spawn in a matter of minutes a single instance, a cluster, or even very high-end solutions, database solutions. Everything, of course, having the direct private network interconnection. Having a look at the solution that we built, we thought that it would be useful to have several ranges so that you are able to build what you need at the moment you need. For instance, the essential range is mainly for test usage. That means that in a couple of minutes, you will have a one node MongoDB from 7 to 120 gigabyte of RAM and from 50 to 400 gigabyte of disk available with an included backup of 1 day, so that you can make your test and automate it very easily. If you want something that is more like production proof, I think that the business range is more what you need. It comes with 3 nodes on the high availability. Of course, it's a replica set, and you have with this offer you have the private network interconnection available. We also offer an enterprise-grade MongoDB service. That means that you have all the features that you would find inside the MongoDB Enterprise with the power of the infrastructure of OVHcloud. That's basically the same setup as the business one, but you have some options like the sharding that you don't have on the business one. And finally, for the very critical infrastructure, we are also building a private deployment of the MongoDB Enterprise, in which you would have the whole infrastructure dedicated to your need, guaranteeing that nobody would access even physically the same hardware than you are. That's for the purpose of very like critical needs or government on that kind of usage. Started with the OVHcloud MongoDB as a service. Horacio will introduce it to you.
Oh, thank you, Alexi. Hello, everybody. I am Horacio Gonzalez. I am lead DevRel at OVHcloud, and now we are going to see together some demo of how to use this new managed MongoDB service at OVHcloud. Let's begin by creating an account on OVHcloud. As in every cloud provider, the account is the entry point for all our services. Let me show you how it is easy and painless. Creating an account involves simply filling a form with some basic data, your first name, your last name, a valid email address, because you will need the code in the email in order to create the account, and a strong password. Yeah, so we have our demo account. We choose a strong password, and then we validate the creation, and we need to go to our email in order to recover the validation code, put it back in the form, and validating the whole account creation. Then you need to add some more data. If it is a public or a public sector or private individual or enterprise account, which country, giving a valid phone number, and then some post zip code, city, and address. A rather usual process. As soon as the data is filled, you can click again and create an account, and you are welcome to our OVHcloud control panel. In this OVHcloud control panel, you can begin exploring our different products in the 4 different universes Alexis talked about before. Now we have an OVHcloud account, we can use it to create a public cloud project. As Alexis explained, our managed MongoDB is in the public cloud universe alongside with public cloud instances, our managed Kubernetes, our private registry, object storage, and all the other public cloud services. Let's show how we can do it. If we go to the public cloud section in the OVHcloud control panel, we can create a new public cloud project. We click in the button. The first thing we need is to give it a name. I am going to choose my MongoDB project. Then, if you have a voucher, it is the moment to add it. By adding a voucher, you won't need to add a payment method. So for this demo, I am simply adding it. Yes, my one-time voucher, I add it. Then I accept the terms and conditions, and I continue. If you don't have a voucher, you will need to add a payment method, credit card, PayPal, or bank account. So as I have the voucher, I create the project. The project creation can take a few moments, so please be patient. Hey, here we have our new public cloud project. At the left, in the sidebar, you can see the different public cloud products for compute with the instance, to network, containers and orchestration with the managed Kubernetes service, artificial intelligence and machine learning, data and analytics, and in the storage part, the databases section. It is here that we will be able to create our MongoDB instance. Let's see how we do it in the next part of the demo. So now let's see how do we create a MongoDB instance. Let's go back to the OVHcloud control panel. In the databases section of storage, we can create a new database instance. Let's do it. We begin by choosing the database, MongoDB, and the version 4.4. It's the only version we have available during the beta. We have 2 available plans during this beta phase, Essential with only 1 node and Business with from 3 to 8 nodes. Both of them are free during this beta period. I am created an Essential node. The only available location right now is Gravelines in France, so we created it in Gravelines. And we must choose in which kind of node do we want to create our instance. Nodes are between 7 gigabytes of RAM until 120 gigabytes. For this demo, I created the smallest one in a DB1-7 instance. I give it a name, and I can choose to put it in the public network or in a private virtual network. I will talk about that later. For the moment, for this demo, I am creating it in the public network. And here you have the brief of my order and the equivalent order using OVHcloud API. Why? Because as most of our products, everything that is done with the OVHcloud control panel can also be done directly using the API in order to automate. So here you have the API call with the different settings. I acknowledge that it's a beta, and I can create the database instance. It can take a few moments, so please be patient again. And here we have our database with creation in progress. It will be available in a few moments. One node, MongoDB 4.4. And here we have the CLI string to connect and the MongoDB address in order to use in our application. In the next part of this demo, we are going to connect to our database and verify that it is working. So now let's see how we can connect to this MongoDB instance. As you can see, my database is now ready to use. The first thing I need is to regenerate the admin password in order to use my database. I can go to the Users tab, and then I see the username admin@admin, and I can modify the password. By default, it has a password. I copy paste it. I also need to add my IP address to the authorized IP. Why? Because by default, our MongoDB forbids all external access in order to respect GDPR recommendations. In order to make things easier, I am not going to add my workstation address. I am going to add a mask allowing to connect to the database for any outside server, 0.0.0.0/0. So now any public address can connect to my database. Everybody. It's a really bad idea to do in production, but for a demo, it's a good way to make things easy. So now that my IP address is added to the whitelist, I can simply go to my Linux terminal and copy the connection string. Let me grab my Linux terminal. I need my password. Let me retrieve it. Okay, here we are. Show databases. Use tests. And now I can create a collection, for example, db.test in singular .insert, and let's add any object, A, B, C, D. So now db.test.find. Okay, I am connected to the database and the database is working. Let's go back to the presentation. Before ending this presentation, let me talk about one of the, in my opinion, the advantage of our solution. Our managed MongoDB can be linked to any other OVHcloud services using our VRAC. Our VRAC is more than a virtual network. It's a dedicated private network. In fact, our different products using VRACs are together in the same network as if they were in the same physical rack, VRack, virtual rack. That's done by having in every computer two network cards, one for the public IP address, another dedicated to the VRack. Using the VRack, you can easily link our dedicated servers, our hosted private cloud, and our public cloud, including MongoDB. So you could have your databases instance in the private network communicating with, for example, our Kubernetes, our managed Kubernetes solution, and only the entry point would have an IP address on the public network. Or you could have another product like OVHcloud, OVHcloud Connect, in order to connect from your on-premises databases to the VRack, and then having a private connections to all your OVHcloud services. Having the VRack allows to have better security and allows to design the network as you need. And here it's the end of this presentation. I hope you have liked it, and please come to our booth. Let's discuss about MongoDB, about OVHcloud, about the cloud in general, and any other subject you have. We will have people from our MongoDB team and from our public cloud team in general in the booth available during all these MongoDB Live. Thank you very, very much. Have a nice day.